xbeybae here. We're gonna try to record some Danganronpa, except I am one-handed. I had surgery yesterday to pretty much cut open a ligament and prevent me from getting arthritis because two bones were kind of protruding into each other. But I think the surgery was a success, so we'll have to wait to hear back from the doc a couple of weeks from now to sort of see what happens from here. Otherwise, we're here for some good old Danganronpa, and last that happened was we were chosen as the Blackened in a really weird trial, but since we are the ultimate lucky student, we ended up surviving with the help of Alter Ego, and then we fell into a garbage chute. After that, Kyoko also fell down into the garbage chute with us, and I think we're about to make our escape, so let's see what happens. The Ultimate Despair. A group of people who caused a tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people are put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. You should be able to get out, right? Rattle, rattle. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. That's right. Kyoko's got that key, right? Hey, Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it to open that door, right? Hey, Kyoko, can we use that key of yours to open this door?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, click! Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And we can now get our way out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ooh, chapter 6. The ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. That's a really long title. Oh my gosh. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up to the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you say that, I'm kind of getting nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you were the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Among the actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. This is how we uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we need to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must do to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up an info on the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up on that sort of pride. Huh?
In
order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it, knowing that something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because of how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. What? Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What?
I...
No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. What? Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself from the family. Not long after, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind him. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I would have never had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell that, compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame you, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position would say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there's one thing. One thing I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need the step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just count him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after that, I don't know how long. We finally reached the top. Can we open it? Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of the store, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember the hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, so... We're out! Looks like we're back. Oh, it's the garbage chute!
Whew.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back at Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I would have never gotten there without you. No thanks necessary. I'm just returning the favor. Should we just close the chute or what? This is how we got out of the garbage pit. I never would imagine that's where this led. This is the trash room, the dump in other words. But to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen anyone throw anything away from here. So what do we do now? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too, you help me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then...
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
In other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed to the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out now and getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't.
Because
Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us to go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Alright. Oh! That's not what I want to do. Alright, let's get out and let's go to the gym. Alright, so I am playing one hand. Oh, wait, we can teleport. Thank God for teleportation. I think this is where the gym is. Oh gosh, playing one-handed is a lot harder than it looks, trust me. Alright, Monokuma, where you at? Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead!
It!
What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
Pung, pung!
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What would you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now we're gonna punish you again.
Angry!
And this time, I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to do. What?
However,
But before you do, let me ask you one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that it matters to you, right?
Huh?
Huh? I lose?
Hey!
You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because...
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of that would come to aid after you'd kill it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, comedy routine? To make such a bold claim with a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now. But with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only one ever absolute truth.
Pung,
And
pung!
now you're trying to talk like you're some kind of famous detective type?
Because...
If Makoto was really the killer, he would have never come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by despair you so love to inspire.
However,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not like I'm trying to convince you.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. they would assume that you killed him because you said is exactly right. Oh, because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say while we're making this all up, you're welcome to prove us wrong. No, but you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair, fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Murko's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a failed trial.
It's time for one last
It's time
showdown.
for one last showdown.
One final battle
Oh.
between hope and despair.
I didn't think she'd read it, but alright, thank you.
Hey,
Well, that makes for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this will be our chance to expose the true identity of Murko's killer, one of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept this challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now what you're suggesting might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other
Does
words,
that mean you accept?
You guys!
If you do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it will cause your bearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is one long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here before. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you could do that,
I can barely contain
then that will
myself!
be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been all trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way up to Makuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's
I
wrong?
remember that, for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And that is a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on school regulations, and having a fair trial for Murkrow is no exception to that. Huh? Murkrow's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Murkrow. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyways, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game begun with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people who take a single step into Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go all quiet all of a sudden?
Now I'm
done talking.
really angry!
I've got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya? Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going, just... Are you really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get punishment later anyways. I need to start getting ready. A super duper ultra special punishment, overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling onto us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out this way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you for everything I have right now. It's because of you.
However...
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
Whew.
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So...
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
Because...
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
So...
I wasn't there to say it for myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they hijacked the airwaves to prod the... Oh my gosh, I can't read. They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
Listen.
And what do you think What? And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read something like that happen very so often. It's hard to imagine. In other words, the kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However...
And yet somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
In other words...
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
So...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
It would seem...
The mastermind had been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words...
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other, and to show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey.
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
That's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and to sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that and try to prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody who calls themselves the ultimate despair would despise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that their only reason for making us each suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led the mastermind to revealing their weakness. What?
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored the rules, this would have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very least...
At the very least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us ourselves, right?
Indeed.
That's precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of the regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use a class trial, throwing all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer. Then they made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words...
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge?
However...
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. I was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right this time. At least I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. It was a small sigh of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment oh my gosh. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyways, we can't relax just yet. All we have done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who the real enemy is. All we have to do is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Yep. Oh boy. Let's try to walk back. I wonder if anyone's actually out. Okay, don't see anybody. Let's knock on Byakuya's door first, right? He's probably the most practical. This is Byakuya's room. It's inside.
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Oh, this is Sayaka. She's not here. What am I doing? I thought it was Toko's room. Junko, Toko. Let's knock on Toko's door. This is Toko's room. Is she inside?
hey,
I don't think she's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Surely somebody's here, right? Oh, Hina. This is Hina's room. Is she inside?
hey,
I don't think she's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. This is Hiro's room. Is he inside?
hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Wait, nobody's in their dorm rooms. What the heck? Are they on the dining room, maybe? But I thought the dining room was nighttime. You're not allowed to come in, right? Is this a violation of the school regulation or what? And suddenly, we were greeted with... You again. Is he broken?
whew,
I suppose his emotional instability reaches limit. Jeez, what the heck?
however,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah! Let's go!
Makoto?
It's everybody!
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Hell no. Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
What? What's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. Ah! It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away! Shoo! Shoo! And in a flash, my tears dried up. Alright, let's talk. You stink. Are you rotten? Rotten physically, mentally, every way can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in a garbage for a while. This smells is so smelly. Okay, let's read it, sure. Aha, super smelly. You smell even worse than me. Way worse than me. I win. She seems happy for some reason. So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since our trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms were locked before. We were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then where can we go to find new clues? I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me neither. Do you realize why you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you.
Yo!
Makoto, what's it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo?
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in our extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
It's related to what I have to tell you. I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
Huh?
Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Muro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind.
Huh?
What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you
spotted
say?
the trap? Did you, Makoto? You make it sound so easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rule states that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have one more trial.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does this mean they really break the rules? They have no choice but to agree. Use the TV broadcast to gain leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now's the mastermind that's ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. Brother, you're not going to get it if we explained it to you. For anyone who doesn't understand, you're going to ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mirko, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win, this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Huh?
Every last mystery?
But
We've been looking everywhere all this time, and we still don't know a thing, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies.
Oh,
Everyone?
I
Hey!
hate you.
Who said you can agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with the way things are. I'm fine with living here forever with Master. I mean, meanwhile, I want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
Anyway, this is the point. The only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words,
Interesting.
one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
but
But figuring who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mirko, and the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe this time, this trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all the mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh?
I
can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious thing to do to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That is what I thought too at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyways, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak Academy since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, didn't he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
Huh?
Huh? But why?
So, in other
If
words,
the mastermind is really the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who've been taking part in this killing game. Then the mastermind is... They were one of the 15 of us in the main hall from the very beginning. And in Mukuro, you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started with, the only one still alive. Are the people standing here I need to continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say that for sure. That's true yet. Monokuma might have said all that just to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one of us among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? It's the ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if only one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled them in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed something sneaking off that many times.
I'm right,
And
right?
maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have answered all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely possible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Ding dong, bing bong.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
Oh,
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
how very monogamous of him to unlock all the doors.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. We need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the very beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then, after making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Get Master, he didn't take me with him. Do
Hey,
you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream, without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko tugged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're going to go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, me, and Hina.
you know,
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
just a second.
Wait, how come?
how about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing out loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
cause,
But
I mean,
up to now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died.
huh?
Makoto? That's really nice of you to say.
But,
But still, I know I've been mostly useless.
okay.
So I figured, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was surprisingly in high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just the two of us.
Indeed.
Indeed. So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we still can't work together.
so...
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't before.
Makoto.
Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't really have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the back of the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered by the other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Murko Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the bio lab, and the door with the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor dorms where the gate was down before, right? That should be open. After that, I'll double check with the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Oh jeez, okay, that's a lot of stuff. Places to check has been added to the truth book. Thank God there's a list, because I would not remember. Alright, I guess let's go investigating one by one. First, the door on the right is probably unlocked, right? I probably want to check that first. This must be the second floor dorms. Oh, what the? The gate is open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. Whoa, this is the second floor of the dorms. It looks like some ancient ruins, or more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. Okay. Okay, anything to check out? Oh, I didn't mean to spin my mouse. I'm gonna try to do this here. Okay. I guess let's go into this room first. Huh? Oh, I can't go in? But I can go into this room. Okay. Just 3 things to check out. Okay, let's check out the bed. Can I check out the drawer? Nope. Okay. This bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Interesting. I opened the door, just a crack glance inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. There's really nothing to check in here? Really? Alright, I guess we'll leave. Can I check in the boys' bathroom? Oh, okay. Let's check the boys' bathroom, I guess. Looks like a regular bathroom. Surprised it's clean, though. Ooh. Whoa, okay, hold up. There's some other stuff here. Some symbols. A giraffe, huh? Whoa, what is this? This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Oh my gosh, I gotta open every single one. There's a metal plate mounted to the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. Alright. I can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not gonna even bother trying. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get this locker to open. After all, it's perfectly similar to the card readers for this locker rooms or the second floor of the school. And you'll have to use your ebook to open those things. So does that mean... Well, let's give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... good luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Am I supposed to get it open? And I'll assume the same with this one? Alright. Alright, locker's already broken. That locker looks like it's open. Nope. What if one of these lockers was mine? Low-key. No luck. How crazy would it be if like one of these was in a locker? Oh man. Let's try this locker. I'm probably just wasting my time, but I want to be sure, right? Oh my gosh, there's so many lockers, man. Okay. And then one more locker, but I doubt it'll work. Alright. Maybe we can find those lockers or ebooks somewhere. Alright, the only room to check. Oh. What the heck? It's really cozy here. This room doesn't feel like a student's room. It has a more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? Let's talk to Kyoko. What does she mean? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. Oh, is that all I can check? Just everything there? Okay. A leather chair. I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must be the headmaster's. No, I don't want to talk to Kyoko. I meant to click the door behind her. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something?
So...
There's a gap here, but it's not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's most likely an open space on the other side of the wall. Open space, does that mean? You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you find out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open up.
However...
But I don't have a clue where that password might be. All I know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go that far from there. You're right. That's not nearly enough to go off on.
It's true.
I looked through all the paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password.
Whew.
When I think of how much time I wasted on this. There's a few things we can click there. Probably the PC. There was a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used it last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some research results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair?
However...
There's not much though. Nothing we already don't know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst kinds of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is to it. Nothing much is there.
Whew.
But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
Correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. Jeez. So there's a hidden room which you can't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume there's some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe prefer there's more to it than that. Anyways, if I want to get in there, I need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can figure it out, no way I stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
What? Oh, sorry. I was just trying to think about what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would even use her name in her password, knowing who she is, I bet the idea had never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, do whatever you want. Okay. Let's type in Kirigiri. That's his home to a computer. It must belong to the headmaster. Oh. I guess I gotta click the PC. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But it's not. But if that's not it, then it might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type that password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
why?
Why? Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Oh my god, what am I gonna find? Oh! A birthday present! What the heck? Hey, Kyoko. I may as well have not even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A birthday present. Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. There was one brightly covered box here. It seemed totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay,
Makoto,
be careful, Makoto. Why? Do you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprisingly, probably. Huh?
it would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway,
Just don't scream out or anything. Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath and then hold the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Lift began to sneak its way into the box. A light began. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the least thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? What was in the box? It was wrapped on ice. I would have never have guessed what was inside. Human bones. Just as you thought. How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not like I was thinking of the bone specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box. My father. What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones. That body. That was my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we already have, that's the only possible answer. So the same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible that even likely he's somewhere in the school right now. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but enough puns. Here's the hint. I'm sure I told you this before. The killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Holt's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that Headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing games were 16 students. And when you put two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
in other words...
that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyways. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it as if she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father, so she would cut ties with all of it. But was that all there was to it? I gave up on that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing that something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride for all that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden bones. Crazy. Let's take a look at the photo. Huh? This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko. Oh.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut ties free from the past, and yet... to find something like this. So, what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing that the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared for her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself to cut ties out of his life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoning me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Okay. There's something in the drawer, maybe. This filing cabinet seems like the kind of place you find a clue, so I should take a closer look. But I don't think Kyoko would like some stranger touching her dad's stuff.
Hey.
It's fine. Check whatever you want. Are you sure? Okay then. I went through each drawer one by one, starting from the top, but all I found were piles and piles of unrelated documents. He seemed pretty dedicated to his job, huh?
Well?
It's just because he didn't have anything else. He could have inherited her family business or legacy. Instead, he left it all behind.
Now,
If he couldn't even handle a job like this, he would have been thinking that much more of a failure. I'm sure he couldn't stand the thought of that, and it made him desperate. Okay. Some stuff on the table. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hiding some kind of clues, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without his permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... What? What's this? It's an e-handbook, right? With a label that says, just in case of an emergency. I thought I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what it is. I think you're probably right.
It would seem...
It will prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? Huh? But Kyoko...
I
don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then, I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? The headmaster's e-book.
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and it'll only convince you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I like to be left alone for a bit. Kyoko. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a second.
Get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he had hoped to see you again one day. Is that something you were going to say? If it's so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the fact of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right, I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then, I'll see you later. Is she really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it wasn't a shock to me. To find out something happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading the Hopes Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hopes Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this all out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible and even likely that he's somewhere in this school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is one of the 16 students. "15 of us met at the dining hall. Add Mercury to the mix and you get 16. And including me, all 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead." Even Mercury. Even she's undeniably dead. So the only ones left alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only 6 people are alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There has to be. And there's nothing else in this room to check out, huh? Alright, I guess we're done. Since we have that ebook, let's check back the lockers. I want to check them all. It's back here, right? Alright, let's use the ebook. So, let's give it a try. I took in my handbook, and then, no luck. Maybe the only locker, which means none of us can do it. Wait, but what about that emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. Alright. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we got inside. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably had organization problems as part of their life. Really? Looks like it's a hero's locker, huh? This is a crystal ball. Huh? A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he would ever use this locker. It's just not possible. There's all kinds of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume that whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act casual and natural as possible. I picked up one of the notebooks I saw, but the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of ease I had evaporated. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hakagare, or Hakakure. This is our Yasuhiro? The notebook had contained a large number of notes for various different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. And we are all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So, what is this notebook? What the heck? Oh, there's a third thing. Is this a deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, aren't they used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? Really nothing else in here? Alright, interesting locker. Can I open this one? Okay. Let's try this one next. I took it out, and the locker opened. Now let's see what we got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. Okay. Alright, and the next locker? Now let's see what we got inside. This thing is practically empty. There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing inside, it could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting. And all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have really been meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there. Words I'd heard before. There was a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in the communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens that the headmaster and my father, he was willing to give me more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and their hope can overcome despair. For the future of the country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupting evil of the world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be able to work along with the plan. So that's what my father had said to me. As usual, he made selfish decisions without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. Kyoko's handwriting? This can't be true, can it? But I knew it. And exactly who this notebook belonged to. Kyoko, it couldn't be anyone else. But if this belonged to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She says she hadn't seen her dad since she left when she was little. I decided to talk with the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question marks spinning through my mind were just spinning that much faster. When I look at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. There's a second despair? Oh! Okay, hold up. I'm gonna come up with a crazy theory. I think when we talk about the group of despairs, there's two main despairs. So, if I'm going to take what Kyoko said earlier, that Murkrow Ikusaba is one of the despairs, then maybe the last person we're hunting for is the other despair, meaning that there are two despairs, the second despair. But, like I said, it's all a theory, right? But it would make the most amount of sense, right? Okay. The more I see it, the less sense it makes. But these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are these things in this locker that look like they belong to the people here? A notebook that belonged to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems to belong to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. Alright, let's see if we can open this locker. Nothing. Alright, how about this one? Nope. Alright, there's a few lockers here. Nope. How about here? Nothing at all. And there's one more locker I want to check out. I took an emergency handbook and I ran it across the card reader. It looks like the locker opened. Now let's see what we got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. Oh! Is that everything? Even in that corner? We already checked those lockers. We might as well check this one. And I think we just checked this one already as well. Okay. And then that's also Heroes, right? Yeah, okay. I think we checked everything. Very, very interesting. Alright, I think it's safe to say we checked everything on the second floor, right? Unless this room needs to be checked again, but I don't think so. Alright, that's the second room dorms. Okay, so I think I'll end my run there. And we will continue investigating the rest of the school before the last class trial, I think. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next episode. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.